It's your boy JD No Chill right now. It's a No Chill session. We got a full table full of comedians in this bad boy, man. One from Houston, my co-host Chelsea Perry right here. And we got our special guest, you know what I'm saying? White Mike, comedian White Mike, all the way from Pittsburgh, right?
No, we gonna look. So I changed it. I'm gonna tell you why. So it's Mike Murphy now, but I'll tell you why.
You got tired of being confused as white.
Yeah, no, but we'll get into it because you said the same thing.
Because he's a nigga, by the way. I just want to let y'all know that
Why
he's
were
a
you
nigga.
White Mike then?
So listen, where I grew up from, it's a bunch of Mikes in my hood. You know what I mean? So you know how black people describe shit, right?
True.
If you saying, yo, who was you with? Mike. Mike who? Oh, you know that Mike he got the Cadillac. He got that's how niggas do it. So they be like, nigga, white Mike. Oh, white, because I was this light. And
You was the whitest guy.
I was the whitest Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, colorism.
Yeah, so like
we don't say white.
all the Mics was.
I mean,
you know, there's always
you're supposed to be light Mike.
But he not even light skinned though.
But
yes, he is.
It's the winter
He
time.
real light.
But look,
I don't think he no white man.
so but no,
Nah, I don't think so either.
no,
but
and then there's two other white dudes from my hood, White Drew and White Amp. They're really white. So
Right.
I was the only white, not white Mike. You know what I'm saying? But it just stuck. That my mom called me that. So when I came out here, not thinking it's a problem, I do it. This nigga called me to open mic. He hosting. He like, yeah, the next comedian, White Mike. Come up, he like, nigga, you white? Like, what the fuck? He confused.
I would think you were white
and I'm
too.
like, nah. So every time I went on stage, I would have to kind of.
he said the N word. Hey, the people like, what?
He booked me for a show. I got up there, like, I said, nigga. She was like, nigga. Somebody in the audience, like, you ain't who you saying the N word? I
We
was
gonna
like,
do Mike Murphy from here
yeah. So
on
I
out.
changed it to Mike Murphy and
Yeah.
Mike
I don't want it
Murphy
to be a
from
gimmick.
Pittsburgh.
And Hollywood
Yeah.
is Dave Chappelle. You know, all them people they got their name. Just gonna go Mike Murphy.
There we
cut
go.
the gimmick.
There
So
you
I
go.
changed it, but that's what was happening. He know that's the first show I ever was on stage. Like, oh shit, come
About
get
to
me.
go
This,
down.
bro, they was like, I told Trump jokes, and they thought I was like.
They thought he was white.
Really a Trump supporter.
They
They was
thought
like, boo, some nigga boo. I'm like, what's up, nigga?
They thought
like,
he was White Mike.
It just went downhill, and I was like, after that, I started, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm here for Mike Murphy.
Yeah, so I'm
here
like,
for
so
that.
we're gonna do that, but we keep that on it for now. But
Alright.
now that's why they know I changed it.
All right, well, tell them where you from. You know
I'm
what
from
I'm saying?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm
Still
not proud
city?
of it. Yeah.
Oh,
Still
you not proud?
Nah, I mean, I love.
because we lost to the Browns. I'm a Steelers fan. You know, I'm from St. Louis.
So I love my
Shout out
teams
to
and
the
all
Dallas
that, but it's like
Cowboys.
that city is shitty, man. Like I moved out here, people like, yeah, nigga, you ever thought about coming back home? Nigga, I live under the 405 before I moved back to Pittsburgh. Dog.
Wow.
I'm never going back there, man.
That's serious.
Man, it's terrible. It's a shitty city. Nothing like you can't really come. It's not good for entertainment.
Is that what made you join the
It's all
military?
white money.
Really?
Yeah, the Carnegies, the Mellons, you know, all the Hines, all them. That's all white money. They
In
control.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, like we don't even got a basketball team.
Is it because it was shitty that's what made you join the military?
No, I was gonna die or go to jail. I was in the streets,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
like crazy.
Okay.
That's most people.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
I
that's
was like,
most blacks.
and that story is why I told it on my Instagram. On one
Yeah,
of my
he got
chronicles
some funny ass
about
stories.
that
too.
story because I was like this close, like, and that just God was like, oh, no, I got you. It was the stars was on, yeah, man, because how it happened was crazy. Like I wasn't even trying to go, and it just happened to.
I don't think no black person willingly joins the military.
I mean, for real.
I don't know none. All
So-
mine was either get out the streets or I'm looking for a way
Oh,
out.
so when you
I'm
say
from.
when you say
hey,
willingly,
it-
you mean like they ain't doing it like Pride for America.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
nah.
No,
I knew I
gun to
wasn't.
the
I thought I
head.
wasn't smart enough to go to college.
When
so I
you
was
ask them
like-
white dudes like, why did you join? Dude, my
Yes, I
dad, my
love my
grandfather, fucking heroism. You're like, bro. Like niggas be there like, yo, son, I raised in the projects, nigga. There's roaches and rats. I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
So
it's a
no,
way out.
on some real shit, I was hustling, got arrested, and try to like play it like, oh, I want to go to the army, and if I got these charges, I can't go. Can you, you know what I'm saying? So they dropped all the serious charges.
They forced your ass.
But I was only 17, so I did everything but sign it out of line. And I was like, nigga, by the time this case is over, I'll be 18,
Right.
and I don't have to. It's like I'm doing just enough to make it look good, and I'm not. I quit my job. I turned 18. My boss called me a nigger. I went home to tell my dad, thinking my dad gonna put hands on him. My dad was like, "You got 2 weeks to get a job, or you're getting kicked out." I'm like, "That's not how I'm supposed to go, man. I'm supposed to go rat on this nigga." And you
Hell
tell him,
yeah.
you worried about the income in the
Pop
crib. You're like,
tripping.
"You 18, nigga. I don't gotta keep you for the free no more." I was like, "Wow." So I went back. I caught a bus, 3 buses to get back to my hood because we lived in the suburbs. I was going back to my mom's crib. Like, nah, I'm getting back on. I took my last check. I'm about to go re-up with some crack. Got on the bus. I got off once, like a couple stops short of where I was supposed to go, just so I could walk through this area where it's like it's populated. It's chicks out and shit.
Right.
I'm walking through summertime. I'm walking past the recruiter station, and the recruiter just walk out to smoke a cigarette like, motherfucker, where the hell you been? I'm like, oh, what's up, Sergeant? Nah, nigga, come the fuck on. Nigga, you about to go up there and make a mistake, ain't you?
Crazy.
I'm like, nah, bro, I'm gonna go see my grandma. I said, nah, get the fuck in here. I had a Jawan Howard Wizards jersey
That's
on.
one of the recruiters that actually care.
Yeah, he
not
was like,
not many care.
Listen, I had a Jawan
trying to make
Howard
his
Wizards
numbers.
jersey on, and you
said
can't
what?
go
They
and.
trying to make their numbers.
Oh yeah, they definitely.
Yeah, no, he said
But
make
he
their
knew
numbers.
me because we had talked for a whole year leading up to that. He knew what I was about.
Yeah.
And he knew where I was headed. And I was like, nah, I had a Jawan Howard Wizards jersey on.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, you can't go in the federal building. That's where the MEPS is at.
Mm-hmm.
He took that shit off, gave me a recruit in an Army Strong or some shit, put me in his car, drove me down, and made me sign the paperwork right there. Watch me. I left 2 months later. I ain't never fucking looked back. But that's how it
That's
happened.
the best thing.
I was
that
really
could
trying to
happen,
play the
though.
courts,
Yeah.
and the nigga walked out as I was about to go re-up.
Nah, that was a guy saying.
Yeah,
right
so
there,
that
man.
I couldn't even argue with that. I'm like, nah, bro, this is
I know you was
Are
down
you
there.
grateful for that now?
fuck
Do
yeah.
you still talk to that recruiter?
No, I talked to him for a while, but he probably retired or moved on.
I know.
but-
I lost contact with one of mine too.
It's
He was
hard.
good. It was good.
Yeah.
Mine was good people too. But nah, I know it was real stressful because when you get down to MEPS and when you start really signing the paper,
Because one initial paper they sign you with, but you can still get out of
Yeah,
it.
it's like the
Yeah.
it's like the delayed entry
Yeah.
joint where they hold you like
yeah, but no, when you actually sign, it's
You
like
in.
this shit.
you
thick.
swear in.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
swear in.
you
You
swear.
gotta
I
sign
solemnly
this.
swear if you following
You gotta sign
George
this.
Bush and shit.
It was
It's just
terrible.
crazy.
What all did you go? Did you get anything on your wish list?
So they gave me 20 grand to pick field artillery.
Oh, they
I was so broke. I was so broke.
Yeah, that's how they do.
Listen,
That shit.
listen. Swear to God, I could be an underwater welder. I had my score had like a 72 on the ASVAB.
Oh.
Pretty much like, nigga, what you want to do?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, but you 5 years with this right here, we give you 20 bands. I was like, when do I get that? They was like, man, you get that as soon as you get the basic training. Well, they lied. But
Yeah.
nigga, the ink wasn't even dry before I was telling
Yeah,
niggas,
yeah.
I'm out, go to the army, and I left. But it still worked though. It was the
it
best
still
thing.
worked out, but
best
yeah.
thing that ever happened. I'll be dead right now or locked up.
Tell me how you got into comedy.
So I've always been like a funny person, you know, class clown, all that.
You can roast niggas.
Yeah, so I always was that. Like
fuck
niggas
with
like, don't fuck with Mike. He'll tell I'm like, oh, you want it? Nah, bro, I'm chilling. Yeah, nigga, I know. So that's how I always was like that, cutting up. And then one day, just joking on Twitter, I'm like, yo, if I did an open mic with somebody come playing around thinking this is gonna be like, fuck out of here. Man, like 30 niggas was like, we there. I'm gonna record you, bro. I'm doing this for my. And one dude had a podcast at the time, which they wasn't really that popular. This was 2012. They wasn't really that popular.
They
he
just
had
started.
one.
Yeah, they
yeah,
just
he
started.
had one. Was like, I'm gonna record it. We gonna put you on. I'm like, oh, all right, whatever.
Right.
I hit the improv up. Reached out, dude hit me like, what's your number? He called me. It's a black dude, he's a comedian. He toured with Gary Allen right now named T Rowe. He hit me up, was like, yo, you serious about this? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you ever did it before? I'm like, no, I never. He's like, good luck. Here you scheduled for this date? I'm like, all right.
How much time you get?
You get like, at the time, you was getting like 6 minutes.
That's a lot for
That's
your
a lot
first
for
or
your
your
First
first.
time.
Yeah.
And you know how you know, we know because we do comedy, but they got the light in the back. I didn't know how to look for that. I was so just on stage trying to focus on the material. They like, the light come on at a minute. After you go over your minute, they just cut the music on. And I got the music cut on me like in the middle of like finishing the end of the joke.
How did you do the
I
first
did
one?
good though. People
Okay.
was like, oh, this dude was like, this your first time? I'm like, yeah. He was like, this bullshit.
That's when
I
you
was
know
like,
it's
"Oh."
natural.
That's
see?
when-
I was
you
like,
know
no,
you
for real, it's
good.
my first time. Never been on the stage in my life. He was like, oh yeah, keep it up.
Do you feel
I'm
like
booking
it's a
you
big
next
difference between class clowning and joking
I like
and then
that
really
question.
cultivating the material?
Oh, I think it is, but it wasn't for me.
Okay.
Like, I don't think if you good at one, that automatically makes you good.
I feel
at
that.
another.
That's
feel
what I'm
that.
saying.
Especially
It
like
does.
those
So
vines.
For
it's like
every,
a
I don't
vine
think
post.
so. To answer the question, for everyone, I think it is different. But for me, it was easily the same. Like it was, I put it together easily. Like I just studied people I liked and seen what they did. Like learning how to like, oh, he said this in the beginning.
He
of the
said that
joke.
keyword. He studied.
Yeah, he
studied.
like, oh, this dude said this in the beginning, and then he brought that same joke back at the end, and then people laughed more because they remembered it. I just wrote stuff down like that and was like, so let me get some material.
So-
I just studied it. And then
So how long did you study before you went back up?
I did it the next month. Dude booked me right there. Like, no, I got you. Here's the next one.
So how
I was like,
long you been telling jokes in? About 9 years?
Nah, so that's the thing. I did it for 2 years hard.
Okay.
And was like killing. Everybody was starting to know my name. But then Pittsburgh, I said, it's like a white city. When you have like these, you know, in Hollywood with mics, it's a bunch of different people there.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Pittsburgh, the only, like black people ain't going to some shit unless it's some shit. Like they're not like, hey, let's just go
name.
to an
Yeah,
amateur
name,
comedy night
right.
on a Wednesday. It'd
Name
be like
is-
white people in their 40s, and my problem was my jokes only was relatable to niggas.
The urban crowd.
Yeah, so when I would tell them jokes to them, I mean, I would still get some laughs, but I wasn't getting the same response as when my niggas would be there.
Right.
And I didn't like how that felt. I was like, fuck this shit. I bought a house, got engaged. I ain't did comedy forever. And then the story of how I came back was the stars aligning, just some random shit. I was in my car at soccer practice, taking my daughter.
Out here or back in the East
back
Coast?
in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So we live in the suburbs, it's all white kids.
Okay.
I'm in the car. Hey, go ahead, go practice. I'll be here when you get done. Some nigga walk up, knock on the window. What's up, fam? I'm like, oh, what's good? His daughter play with we the only two. Only got the two black.
I was gonna say
Okay.
niggas just walking up on you.
Right.
No. He was cool. He's young dude.
I
You know what I'm
got
saying?
Yeah.
And his daughter's the only other black kid on the team. My daughter's like, yo, on some like, bro, it's just us up here. We gotta stick together. I'm like, oh, he's like, here, take this flyer. I'm putting a comedy show together. And I just casually was like, oh, I used to do comedy. He's like, oh, I'm looking for one more person for the opener. I don't got no local. I'm like, oh, I don't do this shit no more. Like, he like, oh, man, you got YouTube? Give him my YouTube. He like, give me your number. He was kind of like aggressive with it, but he wasn't like, I didn't take it no way. Like, yo, nigga, slow down. I just like, oh, cool. I go back to sleep. I get a call like 20 minutes, 30 minutes later from a number I don't know. I'm like, hello? He like, yo, fam, you got 10 minutes. I got 5 comp tickets for you. We doing it this day. I'm like, well, who is this? He's like, nigga, the J, nigga. I was like, oh, bro. He's like, no, I ain't taking no for an answer, nigga. You got 5 tickets for your family. You got 10 minutes. This is the day. This is where it's at. I'll give you all the details in a couple days. I ain't taking no. I see you. Lock me in. Click. Hung up. And I never told the nigga no, and I'm a man of my word. Since I never told him no, I'm like, he's depending on me to be there. I wrote the jokes 2 days before the show, and I opened up for DC Young Fly. And it was like 1,000 people there, and I had never done more than like 200.
Bless up. That's up. Yeah.
When God aligns stuff out for your life,
That's when you
and
know,
be on
dude,
that
funny.
level, because you could have never imagined that. You had let it go.
That was June 7th for 2019.
Okay.
I moved to LA December 30th of 2019.
I'm sorry what happened after that.
Yeah, right.
The pandemic.
The pandemic. I got out over 2 months and it happened. I was here for 2 months and then shit got locked down.
I thought you had been here.
Nah,
when
I
that
put
happened.
him on my show. Like
I had just met him a couple weeks, like 2
he
weeks
did
before
one
that.
of the open mic joints that I was doing. I was doing at the high. I was looking like, nigga, funny, definitely get on my show.
Yeah.
And that's how, and I met him and I was like, cool.
Damn.
Did a couple shows. The nigga Tahir Moore put me on his show at the Comedy Union for his birthday. He didn't even never see me perform. He just said, nigga, I see you here every single week.
Yeah.
Nigga,
That's that consistency.
He was like, you want to be on? He's like, you.
Yeah.
I mean, I told him I was a comedian because I asked him and Kevin on stage, like, yo, what's some advice? I'm just trying to, like, I don't want none overnight, but I want to know how I get on more shows.
No,
I'm doing all these other mics, ain't nobody there, ain't nobody. Like, him seeing me was just, I didn't expect that because usually you
That's
get
how
over
it
mics,
happened.
they not paying attention.
But again, I want to let y'all know that again, I might not been focused with this. We're gonna get a different lens long line. Anyway, I move different. I try my best to put people in positions. You know what I'm saying? If I got the ability to help somebody out who I know moving, and when I saw this nigga on stage, I'm looking like, this nigga is funny, and it was authentic too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was trying hard. He wasn't even. He was just telling
The crowd
jokes.
can feel that.
And that's what it
I
was.
can
And so
feel that.
like when I was doing the open mics for folks, I noticed most people don't be giving a fuck or be watching. I'm legit watching every talent on them. I'm scouting.
I seen that.
That's what I was
like,
doing. That was my whole
You
steez.
get me the same way.
I'm a scouter, so I'm scouting for talent. I'm looking like I'm scouting this motherfucker like you playing like you finna go to the NFL. Now again, I'm not the league, but when I do get to that point, I want to make sure that it's like I already done scout out my talent. Like I already told you, I'm in a position to start shooting film, so it's like I already got my talent
Ready
scouted
to go.
out, ready to go. Females, males, whatever the case may be. If you are something, you know what I'm saying, whatever you are, I got my talent scouted out already, man. So,
And at that same show, when
Yeah.
you said something to me, there was a dude there that he was just trying comedy. He got up there, and I thought he was funny. I was laughing at him. Like, I could tell he was nervous, but I knew he had, like, the potential.
Yeah.
And he was like, nobody else is really laughing. I'm like, they're not laughing because they're not listening to you because they're in their notebooks. They're doing this. He was like, oh, okay. So a couple in November, I get dude reaches out to me on Instagram. I don't even know who it was. He's like, yo, I met you at this show. Blah, blah. He was like, I'm putting one on my house. I want you to be the headliner because you was laughing at my jokes. I thought you was funny. I'm thinking like,
bullshit.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right.
I'll pay you a couple dollars. I'm like, all right, let me know. And I'm thinking it was a joke. Nah, I think he had a big ass house out Camarillo. He put it on, he paid $50 a headline and shit. And that was the first show I did the whole since the pandemic. This was in November. I killed it. Other comedians were like, bro, you funny as hell. Good shit. I'm like, damn, I thought I was kind of rusty. it was good, but it all came from just
It's natural.
Being consistent.
So when I talked to him, I'm like, what do you need to do just so people give you more opportunities? And he was like, yo, I'll put you on my show. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, you can open up, you get 5 minutes. Don't go over. I was like, all right. And I was there early as hell, went up, and I did a good ass job. And everybody there was like, yo, he good. I was like, yeah, pandemic. Chill, nigga.
Now, what I will say about my guy, Mike Murphy, because we can take the white Mike out. My guy, for him to be a brother, he's very punctual. This nigga be on time early. I put on a couple shows. Niggas be in there coming up 5-10 minutes where the list at. Man, nigga, hold on, bro. Hold on. Nigga, ain't nobody here superstar status yet, nigga. And even if you was, stay humble, my nigga. Don't just where the list at, man. Like, nigga, I done told you what it was. Nigga, go find the list now. But nah, this nigga come early. What was you doing at AZ that day when I was doing my show out there?
No, I just went out there to meet you.
That's when you know nigga just moving the ball. And he just went out there to AZ.
So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, right? So when I before I moved out, I seen like groups of cats on the internet, like they linked up. They all probably came out to LA about the same time, and they was doing sketches and all that. And I wasn't really big on sketches. Like I'm naturally funny, but for me to sit and try to write something out or like film it a certain way, wasn't really good at it. So I was like, yo, I don't want to try to come to LA and meet up with somebody who's already got a wave and jump. I said I want to meet new people who ain't got a big following and cultivate something organic. You know what I'm saying? When I came out, I ain't really know nobody. I was just going. Then I met you. Then I was like, nah, he cool. He on the same shit I'm on. I'd rather build something with him. You going to Arizona? Nah, I'm going to support you because I got a spot out there. I'm going out there all year anyways.
Yeah.
That's real.
Respect. I like
he
balling though. I know them just
bro,
go to
I know
Arizona.
if I get an opportunity,
put him on.
You able to do this? Yo, he hit me up. Yo, photo shoot is free. I'm still going to give you some money. Like,
he ain't even have to do that one. He ain't have to do that one.
I want to work with people.
Work.
Even for this, like I don't even care about it. I just wanted to build something. So when they look back, they're like, yo, I remember when we wasn't making shit. We was doing part. Nigga had to drive.
So wait, let me ask you this. Like Jay asked me, what is it that you want from this? You're doing something that you're good at. You seem to really love it, and you're passionate, and you're hella funny. Where do you want to be, or what do you want this to be 5-10 years from now?
Man, if I can get paid. Like, I want to be rich, of course. I want to be famous. Who don't want that? Especially in entertainment. I'm not a fucking accountant, you know what I mean? So, like, nigga don't know you, but like, damn, bro, they don't pay the bills if nobody know you. So I want all that. But if I can get paid and live a lifestyle where I'm getting paid to make people laugh, bro, that's all I want is to be able to get paid to do what I love and make people laugh because I tell you, my shit is, I'm dark as fuck inside. Right. So when people be like, when I tell people,
I let you know, nigga, I'm dark inside.
When I tell people like, oh, I do comedy, they be like, man, get the fuck out of here. Cause I'm so serious all the time. And like, I'm so militant that they be like, bro, there's no way you could, and then they see me, they be like, bro, who, like, what the fuck? So I know how I feel to be, especially this pandemic. I've been depressed most of it. And I've been trying to just do stuff to take my mind off it. So imagine if they had opened up comedy shows and you could get away from all this and go laugh for an hour.
That's real.
That's a fucking, come on, man. That's an essential worker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so Mike, to get away, let's get to know you a little more.
Winding down. Go ahead.
My bad. I want to know what your Valentine's Day plans are. Getting this LA is open back up.
So I want to put this out here. When this does come out, this may be before, after Valentine's. But again, what's your Valentine's Day? You out here thotting? You in these streets? What's happening?
No, man,
and put the definition out while we closing out. What's in these streets?
For the
mean?
Streets? All right,
yeah, because you must be
single. Yes, because I wanted to know. Are you single?
No, I'm not.
Okay, he not in the streets.
I was. I just got.
You just got out the streets.
Yeah. I was in LA where I could have been for the streets and it was closed. So.
If LA was open, he would have still be in the streets. I think.
I'm glad you retired out the streets.
They sell pussy out here too much. It be regular chicks selling pussy. Like you work at Staples, why you charging me?
Like, it's very
like,
true.
They got bills to pay, nigga. This shit ain't free.
It's true.
Like, and they ain't even hiding it. They're like, yo, that's gonna be $250. You be like, damn, do I want to spend $250 right now?
It don't even be worth $250.
No, it don't. Now there's some that I definitely would have paid $250 for.
He said, but no.
$250.
Hi.
Listen, because men.
It's for the street.
No, you better get them in a house.
When you see it, when you put your target on something, imagine. So if I'm out and I see I don't know, just a celebrity, Lori Harvey, and she like, yo, pay me $1,000.
You fucking.
I'm doing it just to do it, like, just I'm fucking.
Yeah,
so
but
it's
that's
like
Lori Harvey.
Tina
We're talking about the
Trump.
Staples girl.
Oh yeah, no. You heard the Staples, no.
And she's not selling it for $1,000. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, Lori Harvey probably selling for me.
Oh,
She's not selling it.
But for the streets is basically like I think it's a moral thing.
Okay.
Because I'll give you an example, and I don't even be long-winded about it. Like someone like Black China is in the same situation as someone like Lauren London. She got babies by 2 different rappers. Black China got 2 different celebrities.
True.
How she carry herself. Nobody's saying Lauren London for the streets. You look at Black China, be like, nigga's a nut on her face and throw money at her. Motherfucker's a wife.
I think because one was a stripper.
But it's how she.
Black
Lauren
China
London
was a stripper.
Black China.
Yeah.
She got a baby by Rob Kardashian and Tiger. Lauren London got a baby by Nip and Lil Wayne. If you look at it, it's not much. It's how they conduct themselves. Similar circumstances, but when you look at the person attached to them circumstances, you say, "Oh no, I can bring her home."
Erykah Badu got 4 kids and 4 different baby daddies. Nobody
mentioned that.
Disrespect
I didn't even know that.
like that.
I didn't even know that.
You wouldn't even know
I didn't
that.
even
She
know that.
carried herself different.
Again, side note. Again, I just want to let y'all know that again, no one is woman shaming. We just putting out
I
the
love
example.
Erykah.
We
Shout
just put.
out to
I
Erykah.
just want to make sure again for the spoilers.
But if you're gonna do that, own it.
sensitive.
Don't act like it ain't what it is.
Yeah,
and she does
And that's
too.
don't act like you not in this. Just like Amber Rose, I fuck with her because
She owns it.
She
Slut
owns it.
walks. She's like, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? There's chicks I would never, and then they would.
And then honestly, the silhouette challenge is low key.
Okay, so when men see this, I want to know from the fellas real quick. I
Alright,
know
go
we
ahead,
winding
go ahead,
down.
go
Let's
ahead.
just throw this
It's been
out
an
there
hour,
real
nigga.
quick, Jay. If when you see the busted challenge or a silhouette challenge, a girl post that, what does that say to you about her? That's just a
go
girl
ahead, you can
enjoying
go
the
first, I'll go
challenge?
second.
The
Or
silhouette
what?
challenge don't seem too. I don't think that's too bad because you're not really. It's like it still leaves a lot to the imagination.
Okay.
And the busted challenge, I mean, it's just having fun, I guess. Now, when them chicks was riding real dick and sucking dick, I don't know if you seen them 3 girls that
No.
they busted and the one chick was getting nutted on her face. I'll show you after this.
Oh, yeah, don't show me that.
Other chick was really riding and like real like porn was on Twitter.
They did the busted challenge.
They was like, oh, they won. I'm like, yo, y'all celebrating that? I can't get
How
that,
you
bro.
won? You made a porno tape.
That's crazy.
For
But
free.
hold on, but the thing about it is, people starting to realize, and again, people start to realize, not to take things away from people start to realize that sex sells, and that's just what it is. And people
That's why OnlyFans is like that.
and people are starting to get or want to get on like yesterday. They want to get on last week, last month. And what's the quickest way to get on is to do some kind of gimmick, and the gimmick is these little goddamn challenges.
Real quick, because I want to know how y'all think. So, okay, OnlyFans, right? I can't really know. I done done some fucked up shit. So I try. I mean, I do judge people sometimes, but I try not to because I know I'm
Nah,
fucked up.
because everybody's
human.
everybody's
You're
saying
human.
is everybody's
Everybody
saying
judges.
if you got woman A that says, yo, I'm on OnlyFans, I made $900,000 last month. You're like, damn, how the fuck can I tell you?
You can't,
not
you
to
can't,
do
you,
that?
and you can't tell nobody like, yo, stop doing that. Like, just like,
No,
just
that's-
like,
I don't
just
think
like,
it's for men to tell
No,
women
but if-
not to do it.
But if you
do
see a woman
wanna
who
be
says,
with that
I made
woman?
$900,000 off OnlyFans last month, I got a solution. Other chick be like, I made $50. Bitch, stop. Put your clothes on. What's wrong with you?
well,
Like, you're
she-
it's the internet too, because it's not like, I'd rather date a prostitute than someone who's, because we have kids, your kids could always go back and be like, damn, that's my mom. Prostitutes be
that's
like,
the
yo,
issue that I'm having. That's the
You
issue
can
I'm
see
having.
that. Your kids can grow up and
Yeah.
watch that and be like, yo.
Somebody kid right now is in high school. Well,
And they
probably-
friends is like, yo, your
They-
mom got a whammy, nigga.
They roasting your ass. They're like, I'll smash,
Yeah, I
I'll
didn't-
cream all over your
I'm
mama
a
face.
Nigga, I
Fine,
just
that's too
glued
much.
my phone up to your raise, man. You know what I'm saying, son? Like, what's wrong with you?
And so that is the only thing. That's
That's
the
the
only
thing.
issue that I have. There's that
Yeah,
if you're going to be a mother or you are a mother, you got kids. Your kids go to school. I don't know if your kids go to an urban school, but if they do, please believe it.
Wherever.
They see your mom on that internet.
And
Goddamn
if you're
it.
gonna do it, make some money. Don't make $500 a month. You can do.
No, yeah.
You can sell shoes and make more than that. Like it's
Yeah, no. If you
It's
gonna
What's
gotta
to
be
stop
a
somebody
payout.
from screen recording you?
nothing.
And
Nothing.
and just selling it to their, or not even selling, just showing their partners.
No one.
Why
else.
would I pay if I know JD got it and I could just look at it on his shit?
They do that, but they still make money.
And so, yeah, that's where we at in this day and age right now. It's
hard
like,
for us
yo,
out here,
it's like if you want to be a good
Not
girl,
busy,
even shout out to my homie Janae the Queen Thompson. She even said like it's hard to be a virtuous woman these days. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like it'd be
It's
easy to
definitely
be a
a thin
hoe.
line because it's hard with this with social media.
Very. I'm talking about thin line because it's kind of like, all right, if you can do the social media gimmicks and probably get your followers up, which is now in the top of the conversation when like a studio looks at you, what do your followers look like?
I hate that
conversation.
Because followers are a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Like especially
But
during the
here's my
pandemic.
thing.
Oh, you got 2 million followers.
Oh, you got
Yo,
eyes.
promote this.
You got eyes.
But
Promote
even
this.
DC Young Fly said this: just because you have 5,000, 6,000 views on a post, don't mean you can pull 5,000, 6,000 people to a comedy club.
Kev on stage said the same thing too.
It's
It got to be
different.
organic. Do you got 1 million dedicated followers, or do you have 50,000 dedicated? If you got 1 million followers, but you can only get 20,000 out of that to come support you, but then you got 50,000 and all 50,000 support you, that's 30,000 more supporters. And the numbers look like, damn, he got 1 million, he only got this, but he's selling shirts, he's making bread. He just getting likes. People just,
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wind out because our cameras are dying down.
So real.
We didn't shut this shit down.
Real.
We just keeping it real, but that's been my guy, a comedian Mike Murphy, all the way from Pittsburgh, man. Yeah, I see my guy's funny as hell. Make sure y'all check him out. Social media will be down below at the link below, and don't forget this shit not only will be on OnlyFans, but a week later it should be on Spotify as well. All right, so people who don't want to pay for OnlyFans, this will be on Spotify. All right, so we about this bad boy. 1.
Hey, it's comedian Mike Murphy, and it's a no chill session.